guys, Jonah here, back with a beer review. I've had a bit of time off because had some family things going on, and yeah, really sad to say that my little boy, my Dutchy boy, we had to have him put down uh, last weekend. Well, last Monday actually. So really sad this week. Um, and then obviously Easter kind of happened around the same time, and it was, yeah, a bit solemn and stuff, which I guess Easter should be. And yeah, I haven't made any videos, haven't really felt like making videos, but went out for a few beers. Round where we are, there's usually a beer festival at Easter, the main beer festival, I should say, of Kent, really. But it didn't happen this year because the local council are foolish, shall we say. Um, and yeah, the venue that we usually use wasn't available. So there was another beer festival. It was a team up between Gad's Brewery with Eddie Gadd, the legend, and Shivering Sands, which is a new brewery over near Manston, Manston Airport. Is it an airport? Is it housing estate? Is it what is it? Nobody knows, but there's definitely a brewery there. And there was a shuttle minibus between the two. So it didn't get superbly messy. Um, but yeah, good times were had. Nice beers as well, some really good beers. Anyway, it is Easter Day. Happy Easter to you all. And it's also Supermarket Sunday. And it had to be this one, didn't it? This is the special one. Seasonal edition, Hot Cross Bun Ale. Oh, it would be if it focused on that bad boy. Hot Cross Bun Ale. Hints of nutmeg and cinnamon, 4.5% from Sainsbury's via Hall and Woodhouse, which are basically Badger. They do all the Badger brewing and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, the Sainsbury's finest or whatever it is, branding all over the shop here, which is quite cool. So I've had this one for ages, and I knew I was going to do a special Easter Supermarket Sunday. So I've been sitting on this beer for about a month now. Still available, from what I understand, and very good carbonation. I think I've had something similar in the past, so we'll see how well we get on with this beer. And it is a 500, so I don't think it will fully fit into this glass, but never mind. Let's see what we can do. It's not all going to get in there, but my missus was after some too, so there we go. Hot Cross Bun Ale. Happy Easter to you all. That is the thumbnail done. Good fingers head. Almost perfect white. It's just off, and I say that a lot. Look at that though, like sitting on a white cloud. That is absolutely genius. In fact, there is something on the back that I should probably show you on the back of the bottle. Amber ale with subtle spice flavours, easy drinking beer, robust bready notes, brewed in the heart of Dorset, toasted malt base with a hint of caramel, dried fruit, producing colour and flavours reminiscent of Hot Cross Bun. Deep amber ale, notes of spice, nutmeg and coriander, dried fruit and pears. Wow. Goes well with pulled pork, carrot cake. Well, I'm having a bit of a roast later on, which is cool. Does it give the actual ingredients? No, it doesn't really give anything too much away. But yeah, a lovely beer, methinks, to have on Easter Sunday. And look at that, absolutely crystal clear. You just see the carbonation going up above my face. Got a few more greys in the beard, and if you haven't seen, I've cut the beard for summer mode, so we're sporting a bit of a shorter beard. I might even cut the sides down and just have the goatee beard, which is what I used to do years ago. But yeah, like many things, I've got a bit lazy in my old age, so I usually just have the wonderful beer. Anyway, shares and beers. Here's to you and your family. And yeah, like I always say, please tell your family that you love them because you never know what's going to happen in the future. So share the love now while you get the opportunity. And yeah, make sure you eat loads of chocolate eggs too. Cheers and beers, guys. Oh, yeah, that is got quite a fruity taste. What I was going to say up front, usually you're getting lots of hops and stuff, but this is all about the spices, which is interesting coming from a beer at Easter time, because spice beers are traditionally kind of a winter thing. And now that we're into April, we're definitely over winter. We're not quite in summer mode yet because it's still a bit cold. There was still a bit of ice around this morning. Um, so this I think maybe I should have had a few weeks ago, but you can understand because it's a hot cross bun ale, you can see why. And it definitely has that kind of sweetness, that kind of raisiny thing. It's got the spices there. Mm, there is a bit of breadiness too, or kind of cakiness too with the malts. The hot cross bun ale, this is exactly what it is. It does actually taste like hot cross bun. How bizarre is that? Maybe the fruit is a bit more kind of a bit more darker fruit. I mean, the raisin you can get a bit of raisin, but I'm getting a bit sort of. Well, it said pear, didn't it? So that's kind of appley, pear, quince, um, those type of fruits. Interesting. Wow, that is also tasting quite clean. Um, There is a bit of bitterness there, but it's like a generic kind of bitterness. This is not a hop forward beer. This is all about promoting the spices and indeed the kind of taste of the malt, which I think this is really achieved very well. Um, it's got, yeah, it does have bitterness there, but it does have a touch of sweetness too. Um, and I guess the bitterness could be, you could say that refers to a toasted hot cross bun which yeah, some people have for breakfast, especially on Easter Day, with a bit of spread or butter or whatever you like on there, and how it melt down your chin and that kind of stuff. But this bit is unusual, but it's exactly what it says on here. Well, it says hop cross bun. I think that's a bit of a yeah, a bit of a joke because I don't think there's that many hops in there. If I was to guess, and knowing the Badger beers and the Hall and Woodhouse, I would say, pardon me, I would say they've used a reasonably traditional hop, probably just in the boil. I doubt there's that much in the Whirlpool dry hop. It's not that kind of beer. And the Badger beers, they do some hoppy ones, but they tend to be traditional kind of English hops. They do use East Kent Goldings a lot, which I think is fantastic, but I don't think that's what they've used in here. In fact, it's difficult. It's just the bitterness. That's all you're getting really. Um, but at the same time, with that colour and that kind of thing, I mean, you could say that's a pale ale, but I would say that's probably a bitter. I'd say which is a traditional dishwater beer for me. So this works perfectly for me on Easter Sunday. We're getting up to 10 minutes. Look at that. We have got a little lacing line on there, which I didn't think we were going to get, to be honest, but nice to see. But I was going to say I am probably not in my best form because of things that have been happening. In the world and personal life and that kind of stuff. Stuff does get in the way. Um, but don't fear. dear viewer, I will be around. I will be back. I do also have some homebrewing equipment that I thought was probably going to arrive before now, but it hasn't done. So it'll probably arrive next week. So the channel is probably going to change a little bit because I'm going to be doing, I guess, less beer reviews. Like I usually do a beer review every day, but in its place, I'm going to be doing some brewing reviewing and yeah, hopefully getting some of the old faithful back. Um, who do I spoke to someone the other day and they do watch my beer reviews, but they much prefer me to be home brewing. So it will be a combination, dear viewer. But please give the home brewing and the brewing kind of stuff a chance because you might learn something about hops, malts, and everything that goes into lovely beers such as this. Anyway, I'm off to have my dinner. So you guys take care of yourselves. We'll be back with more beer. There will be beer, definitely. Cheers and beers. We'll see you real soon.